Hey guys, how are you? Hope you're staying warm, staying safe. Again, I want to start off with a big shout out to the people who operate the snow plows, those that have been like round the clock salting the roads and all that plowing the roads. You guys are much appreciated. So thankful for what you do. Also, with emergency first responders, I know there were some that have been going out on runs and everything like that. So appreciate you guys. Stay safe out there too. So let's talk about the winter storm here. This is day one of it, and we'll tell you here so far in the Fairfield area, it has snowed. I would say about the 1 to 3 inch range, and we're gonna take a look at the radar here in just a moment. As we're going to do a little bit of analysis here. Live chat is open, by the way, if you guys want to say hi. Maybe if you know someone, kind of using this also as a community service outlet. If you guys want to post like information, I know there's been a lot of churches that have canceled services for tomorrow. My church has, I know that. Made the call on that a few hours ago. Also, businesses closed early due to the incoming snow, but also just how wasn't a lot of people out there on the roads. I was out there on the roads earlier today and could tell you that the road conditions were deteriorating when I was in town. So I was out and about. Also, give a like here if you want to on the live chat. Know we got some people watching out there. So again, stay safe and stay warm. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the latest. We're going to look at what Paducah released this afternoon and this evening. We'll talk about what's coming our way and also the lingering effects, we'll call it, after the snow itself. And so if you guys go back to my stream back on Thursday, you will see right here that, again, still have a lot of pink air. It's a sea of pink right now. Winter storm warning currently in effect. I did see earlier about some extreme cold warnings and everything. So winter storm warning currently in effect. And again, what I'm presenting to you is all from the National Weather Service office at Paducah, their website, as they have that information. Let's go ahead and go to the next tab here, please. So again, winter storm warning remains in effect until 6 p.m. Sunday. So we've got about, we'll say 23 hours to go of this winter storm warning. And this is what Paducah posted about 2:30 this afternoon, right around that time frame there. Heavy snow, a band of 8 to 11 inches of additional accumulations peaks roughly from around Perryville, Missouri, across southern Illinois to the Evansville tri-state region. Further down to our south, they're looking at sleet and ice, freezing rain down there. 4 to 7 inches of snow mixed with sleet is forecast further south across southern portions, southeast Missouri, and much of western Kentucky. I was in Paducah last weekend, actually, so I happened to be in that area. Periods of heavy sleet in far southeast Missouri and western Kentucky this evening through midday Sunday will add up to an inch. Freezing rain from the Missouri Boot Heel to southern Penny Rowell, which is in Kentucky, is possible. So again, portions of southern Illinois, southwest Indiana, western Kentucky, southeast Missouri. And again, this is until 6 o'clock tomorrow evening on Sunday. Again, for the impacts, travel could be very difficult and may become impossible at times. Extreme cold will exacerbate the danger. We'll talk about the extreme cold in a moment. As a precautionary preparedness action, if you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of emergency. I would also include a phone charger to the list as well. They do have portable phone chargers that you can bring along, and I would also encourage you to have your phone charged up as well. You could also check out the latest road conditions. I know IDOT has done it. I know it depends on the state that you live in with the road conditions. You could also visit weather.gov/Paducah/roads. Also, persons should consider delaying all travel. Motorists should use extreme caution if travel is absolutely necessary. So that is what Paducah posted this afternoon. Move on to the next slide here. So I know that we are talking about, and this is just updated, This is for the Fairfield area. And again, it depends on where you're at. As I have always said, and I want to transition back to myself for a moment. As I always said, you've heard me do severe weather coverage before. It could storm on the northern side of Wayne County, and on the southern side of the county, like Barnhill, not storm at all. I remember one time years ago as a kid, my dad and I, we went down to Carmi, went down there. They went to Walmart or something like that. And I remember we got gas there, and it was storming on us. By the time we got back into Fairfield, I could see the edge of that storm cloud just right there to our southeast, just out of Fairfield, out in the countryside. While in Fairfield, it was sunny. Again, you just never know. Again, location, again, with this snow, it could be 8 inches of snow at Sisney. In Fairfield, it could be 10. So I'm telling you, location varies here with this snow. So this is the Fairfield area weather. Again, tonight, snow, 3 to 7 inches possible. Snow could be heavy at times. I'll show you here in a moment on the radar exactly where this is at. Again, winds could gust as high as 20 miles per hour. Sunday, snow mainly before 4 p.m. Snow could be heavy at times, high of 16. Wind chill values could be as low as 1 degree below zero. New snow accumulation of 3 to 5 inches possible. Then Sunday night, that's when we start to see that snow taper off. Looking at a slight chance of snow, cloudy, and then fair skies later on. Low around 4 degrees below zero. Wind chill values as low as 18 degrees below zero. Gonna be blustery Sunday night. Then Monday, sunny with the high of 12. Wind chill values as low as 18 degrees below zero. So, therefore, it's like this. We're focused on the snow, and I get that. We're focused on the snow. We've already had the first wave. We're starting to see some snowfall here in the Fairfield area. But you have to keep in mind that when you have the second wave of snow, which is going to pack, it's going to drop more snow, it's going to dump more snow, you also have the bitter extreme cold during it and after. So this is why I say the wind chill values, again, nearly 20 degrees below zero. That is just insane right there. As we look ahead here to Tuesday, things will begin to warm up. Looking at a high about 25. Wednesday, partly sunny, high of 21. But you also look at the lows. Monday night, 3 degrees below zero. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, low of 3. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy, a low around 1 degree below zero. So I'm sure that all of us, we're tired of the winter cold. I would say the majority of us are. I'm sure that we could go for 80 degrees of sunshine and a mosquito bite right now. I mean, we probably could do that. Wishful thinking, right? Wishful thinking. So I want to go ahead and bring this up here. I always try to find the silver lining in things. And so this is what Paducah had sent out again. This is the forecast additional snowfall totals. This was actually posted at 3:17 this afternoon. So right now at the moment, we're about the 8 to 12 inch range. So Mount Vernon, Illinois, Olney, Marion, 8 to 12 inch range. Further down to our south, where they are expecting, the freezing rain, the sleet, and all that, 6 to 8. Jasper, Indiana, 12 to 18 inches of snow. And as you can see right there, according to the data, snowfall totals are most likely to be within the ranges shown. Heaviest snowfall is expected after 9 o'clock tonight and continuing into Sunday morning. Now, sleet and freezing rain, I talked about the totals in Paducah, Poplar Bluff as an example. They're going to reduce the total snowfall across the southern areas, but again, those folks are going to be seeing some ice accumulation as well. The one thing, I was thinking about this earlier, and I try to find the positive in things. I try to find a silver lining. So you see right there, for example, the total would be 8 to 12. And I had this thought earlier. And I don't know if you guys ever thought of this or not, but it's always a big, could you imagine if the first wave of snow that we had dumped 8 to 12 inches of snow? Then you had the lull, then you had the break in between, and then the second wave would dump 8 to 12 inches of snow. I mean, that would be insane, because then you'd be looking at 16 to 24 inches of snow. I'm glad we're not experiencing that, but it was a thought that I had before hopping on here. So I think I think this is, again, a winter storm, And remember, they were using this language. They were saying that, hey, this is gonna be a big winter storm. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the radar here since I have you guys on here. But I was looking at the radar earlier and it's coming. It is coming. The second wave is coming here. So you guys have seen this radar here before. Let's go ahead and go to the Evansville radar site, and I'm going to pop it up here for you. So this is the Evansville radar site. I know the blue is kind of hard to see temperature wise, but I'm going to write it out here for you. So right now in Fairfield, 12 degrees at the Fairfield Airport, 10 up here in Flora. So we've got 10 degrees at the Florida Airport, 12 degrees at the Fairfield Airport at this time. We zoom out. This is the Evansville radar site again. Play this here for you in animation. See the snow moving. Note the direction it's moving northeast, traveling that direction. Again, that's my Pablo Picasso of a drawing right there, but you can actually see it moving that way. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. The purple line you see over here, that is the winter mix precip line, the sleet line, if you will. But we're going to go to Arkansas. This is the second band down here that's coming. So if you look at this on radar, I'm going to circle this. And when I put this in animation, you're going to see why it's moving in the same direction. So let's set the animation here. As you can see right there, there it is. So keep an eye on that. The movement it's heading towards. It's moving that way. So as we zoom in, there's a town called Marshall, Arkansas. Never been to Marshall, Arkansas. Now, my buddies and I, a few years ago, when we were going to Eureka Springs, we took the Ash Flat Salem Mountain Home Way through there. In Marshall, Arkansas right now, it's 14 degrees. They're saying light snow is falling here. Let me do another refresh here. Still saying light snows at 7:15. They too are underneath a winter extreme cold winter storm warning and all that. So what I'm saying here is that, folks, this is the second wave that's coming in. That's going to be arriving in our area, again, right around the 9 o'clock hour. So we've already had one wave, snow lightly falling, but this is the stuff right here that's heading our direction. So now, again, note the direction it's moving, heading toward the northeast. Fairfield, maybe kind of hard to see right here. Fairfield is right there. I kind of circled it. Let me zoom this a little bit, move this around here a little bit. I know you guys could kind of see a little bit. So let's take a look at this. Again, I'll circle it. There's the second wave of snow moving northeast. I'll draw the NE right there for direction. Fairfield is about right here. Evansville, you're right here. Mount Vernon, Illinois, you're right here. And so it's moving this way. Let's take a look here at the Springfield radar site. Still got some snow over here, all moving in this general direction right here, all moving to the northeast. So that's the direction it's moving. So this is the second wave that we are seeing here. I want to go ahead and do something here. This is actually pretty cool. So I'm going to do, let's see the distance here. Let's say Fairfield area. I'm going to go about to Alton, Missouri. About 202 miles is where this is at. This is where the leading edge of it's at. I talked about Marshall, Mountain Home. I've been to Mountain Home before, passing through 258 miles away. So this band of snow is, again, over 200 miles away, but it is supposed to be in our area here right around 9 o'clock. So that is the radar here, guys. I know you're used to seeing this radar for severe weather coverage, and the green, I know it can be kind of misleading because you think it's rain, but it's actually snow. So, so therefore, guys, let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and take a look at Florida. By the way, down here in Florida, while we're all experiencing the cold here, 76 degrees east of Key West, 72. Tampa, 73 degrees. That's right, 73 degrees in Tampa. Yes, we are jealous of Florida right now. By the way, Freeport, Bahamas, it's 68 degrees right now. So, yeah, we all wish we had that warm weather up here. I get it. And it is crazy because you look at this here, it's 72, I'll say Tampa area. You go up here to Mississippi, it's in the 30s. Georgia, Alabama in the 50s. Absolute craziness. Absolute craziness. So, but anyway, guys, I just want to show you that. Just want to show you the radar saying that, yes, I know that we had, we had some snow here. It arrived a little bit earlier, I thought. Today, the first wave anyway, we still have some lingering snow out and about. But again, the second wave of snow is coming. So guys, be prepared. What I've been doing is I've been letting my faucets drip. I've been opening the cabinet doors. Haven't ate all my snacks. I don't plan on doing that, eating all my snacks before the winter storm is over, but I have stocked up. I saw a lot of people out and about this week stocking up on supplies for the winter storm. So wrap it up here. You guys have seen the slides again. Check out National Weather Service office in Paducah. Also, local media outlets for the latest information. And I wrap this up by saying I want to thank all the road crews who are out there in the elements, salting the roads, plowing the snow and everything, working around the clock. You guys are much appreciated, along with our local emergency personnel, our first responders. Without them, without those guys, don't know where we would be at today. So thank you to them. And I'm going to leave this up here for you guys just to recap here. Again, winter storm warning continues for our area. You read the details right here of it. Again, as a precaution preparedness action, again, winter storm warning in effect until 6 o'clock Sunday evening. But again, persons should consider delaying all travel. Motorists should use extreme caution if travel is absolutely necessary. But again, you can check out the latest road conditions. I know IDOT has it. I know each respective state has their own site for that. Paducah has theirs with Paducah, weather.gov/PAH/roads. So again, guys, stay safe, keep warm, and again, keep an eye on social media like National Weather Service in Paducah. Those guys have been doing a great job of keeping you guys informed, up to date. I really do appreciate their updates. They also had a live session you guys can watch earlier. For me, this is more like localized. Darlene is saying Mount Carmel. Let me see. Mount Carmel. Let me pull this up here real quick. I'm sorry if I missed any of you guys' questions here on the live chat, since I've been focused on the screens and all that. But I hope this helps a little bit. Let me scoot this over. So Mount Carmel, about the 8 to 12 inch range. Again, location varies by way of the snow. As I mentioned earlier, you could have 8 inches fall in Sisney, 10 inches in Fairfield, and then you go down to Paducah about 6 to 8. But of course, they're going to have that freezing rain and sleet down there. So their totals are a little bit less than that. So let me see if there's anyone else that's posted on the live chat. Okay. So anyway, that's what I'm saying here regarding that. Appreciate you guys watching, by the way. And then we got some people watching from out of town. Appreciate you guys. So Darlene, I hope that answers your question. I will also tell you, I'll tell you what one local media outlet had for Mount Carmel. Fairfield was about 9.8. Mount Carmel, this is all projected. Mount Carmel 10.7. So yeah, we're in the 8 to 12 inch band, by the way. But again, it varies. It varies by location. Hi, Christina. Good to hear from you. Hi, Nolan. Hi, Rita. Hi, Christina. Good to hear from you guys. I'll keep it going here for a little bit longer. I also noticed some businesses were closing early today due to travel impacts, along with people kind of just staying in their homes. I get that too. I was out and about earlier. My car, my car is front wheel drive, which helps. But the only thing is that the only thing was though it can get around pretty good, but it did slip in a couple of spots in town. So that's when you kind of know that hey, road conditions are kind of deteriorating right there. Um, so again, I hope that helps you with that. But I did see quite a bit of people um, earlier today. But that was like early on, and now with it being dark, and now you're going to have the second band of snow coming in, it's really going to be interesting. So, again, guys, here's the information. Here's the snowfall total is getting 8 to 12 inches. I know there's already churches that have canceled their services. I know at Mill Shoals Baptist, we've already made the call a few hours ago to cancel services. I know there's going to be some that are going to be live streaming, possibly from their home, is what I'm thinking. So, yeah, Jeffrey, I've been staying home as much as I can. I plan on staying home. I may go outside briefly tomorrow with so many inches of snow on the ground and take a photo just to kind of document that, hey, I'm in the middle of Snowmageddon. So I may do that actually. Um, I may do that. Let me see here. If anyone else has a comment in the live chat, more than welcome to if you have any questions at all. Um, but again, travel. Again, I go back to what Paducah posted here. Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, a person should consider delaying all travel. Obviously, the road conditions are going to get worse tonight, even like during and after the second band of snow passes through. Yeah, hey Julie, one of my coworkers at the college, Julie, hopping on. Get a truck. If I were to get a truck, okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about trucks here for a moment. I used to drive a '93 Chevy Cheyenne. It was a red pickup truck. I know we got some of my high school classmates. I see Erica's on the live chat. Hi, Eric. Good to hear from you. Good to see you watching. I drove a '93 Chevy Cheyenne, red pickup truck. Out of all the vehicles, I've owned pretty much, including my Malibu, my Pontiac before that, which was a Pontiac Grand Prix. It was a '06. This '93 Chevy Cheyenne was probably the worst of the three because it had two-wheel drive, which was the back tires. It had no CD. It had radio. It had no cruise control. I always had to have my foot on the gas pedal. And the heater was okay. It worked fine. And it helped me get me to Wabash Valley and Fairfield, 70 miles round trip. But it only got like 22 miles to the gallon. So, but if I were to get a truck, it would definitely be a Silverado. I've also looked at Toyotas too a little bit. I think the Tundra is a pretty solid truck. I even thought about getting an SUV. I'm not sure yet. I'm still kind of, deciding on that. But Chevy or Toyota would be my next pick for sure. I'm a Chevy guy. I will always be a Chevy guy. But yeah, time to get a truck. Yeah. I don't have it yet. Obviously, I don't have a truck, but I think I've seen some guys have like plows in front of their trucks and helping out. I think it's really cool. But Julie, it's good to hear from you and stay safe, by the way. By the way, today's my 4-year work anniversary at Frontier Community College. 4 years since I started working out there. So, let me see here. Again, a winter storm warning in effect until 6 p.m. Sundays, you can see pretty much all of our areas covered in pink. And also, we can't forget about the cold either. There's going to be some bitter cold. 18 degrees below zero. Julie saying, wrong brand. Yuck. Yeah. Well, again, it's that. I don't know. Again, I'm a Chevy guy. I like Chevys, but Toyotas are kind of growing on me too. When we were out in Colorado back last year in June, there was a lot of SUVs out there. We saw some cars, saw a lot of trucks as well. A lot of them were Toyota based. And I was looking up Toyotas just while we were going through Colorado Springs. So appreciate it, Darlene. Thank you. Hi, Jenny. It was so good to see you earlier today, friend. I hope your deliveries went well for you, by the way, too. I know you're busy and everything. Glad we chatted for a little bit. I appreciate it. I'm proud of you, too. Been a great friend to me over the years, and I greatly appreciate our friendship. By the way, Jenny, if you're still watching, this popped up in my memories recently, was about how you would give me the whenever I had to go do a broadcast, when I had to go do a game, and I remember I think it was the spot sheet with the pregame and postgame information, and you actually wrote down "ugh" on it with a frown. I actually remember that. It popped up in my memories recently. I thought of you instantly when I saw that. That was a funny memory. I actually laughed. Man, that was years ago. My gosh. All right. So I want to go ahead and pop this up here. I know we've had some people hop in and out a little bit. I want to pop up the information again. This is what Paducah posted this afternoon. The logs for WFIW with frowns and smiles. I remember that. Oh, gosh. Fun times. There were fun times out there, for sure. A lot of good memories out there working on the hill. We'll be going out there in the future, by the way. We got summer and fall registration be in March, by the way. So we'll be out there in a couple of months. But again, this is what Paducah posted. Again, we're in the 8 to 12 inch band of snow. And I'll show you guys the radar here in a moment for those of you who just hopped on and maybe you didn't see it beforehand, but it is coming. Yeah, I went to a lot of games together. I remember one of them that I remember was Sisney. I remember we went there that night. Gosh, I can't remember what year that was. I remember we went up there. It was fun. I remember that. But yeah, 8 to 12 inch band of snow. This is the weather forecast for the Fairfield area, by the way. Wind chill values as low as 18 degrees below zero. That is for Monday, during the day on Monday, and Sunday night. So it's not just the snow that we should be concerned about. It's also the wind chill factors. And I don't know about you guys, but I am not going to go outside because that right there is, I plan on getting a selfie tomorrow in the snow. But man, I tell you what, you're going to get frostbite real quick. And it's going to be blustery, especially Sunday night, especially Sunday and Sunday night. Winds gusting as high as 23. But my goodness, guys, my goodness. At low around 4 degrees below zero Sunday night. 3 degrees below zero Monday night. Tuesday, low of 3. Yeah. Telling you what, guys, this is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And in case you're wondering, I'm going to scroll down a little bit here. Basically, Tuesday, I don't know about Sunday yet because it's still kind of far out, but Tuesday appears to be our warmest day next week. High of 25, and it's going to be gusting, winds going to be gusting as high as 22. Wednesday, high of 21. Thursday, high of 14. Friday, high of 18. Saturday, high of 20. It is going to be cold. And that January's going to wrap up that way. That's what's insane to me. Live chat open, guys. You want to say hi? I'm just going over the weather information Paducah sent out. Also noticed some observations. Saw some people out and about today. That was hours ago, though. That was like, what was it, 1 or something like that? Yeah. I'm about having some hot chocolate tonight, though. That actually sounds pretty good. Oh, yeah, go Illini. They actually won over Purdue. That was fun as well. 46 points for Keaton Wagler. My goodness. That's incredible. I did want to show you guys. This is the projected band, by the way. Jasper, Indiana, 12 to 18 inches. Let me see if I can move this over and you guys can see. I may have to do away with the camera shot for a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to have to do away with it. Let me do something real quick here. So I'm going to disappear for a little bit. 12 to 18 inches of snow forecast for Jasper, Indiana. That's just insane. And they actually have a nice trail that you can ride your bike and walk along the river over there. I've been wanting to do that for a while. So, but 12 to 18 inches of snow forecast for Jasper. Now, in case you're wondering about the lower totals for Paducah and all that, 6 to 8, that is actually because of the freezing rain, sleet, ice that they're going to be having. So let's go ahead and pop up the radar. I know that you guys are curious about the radar here. Let me pop this up here for you and show you. Let me do something real quick here first. This is why we can't have nice things in life, guys. I'm telling you. By the way, for those of you that missed the announcement earlier, I actually got contacts. And I'm really liking contacts. We'll give a shout out to Starter Eye Care in town for their excellent customer service. Those guys rock. Really helped me out. So shout out to Starter. Precision Eye Care in town. All right. Let's take a look here at the radar. So this is the Evansville radar site. You click on it. You may have seen the snow falling outside. So it's all moving in this direction right here. So I'm moving to the northeast. And it's kind of blowing around a little bit. It's not really coming down all that hard, I don't think. I was just outside before hopping on here a little bit, just kind of seeing what it was doing. So this is the Evansville radar site. This is for our area. It's 12 degrees in Fairfield, by the way. I know it's kind of hard to see because of the blue. And by the way, in comparison, down here in Florida, 76 degrees in Miami, 76 in Miami, 73 in Tampa. That's down there in Florida. So we all wish we were Florida right now, temperature-wise, because they are, and pretty much, it's interesting how it's, again, 73 in Florida, and then you go over here and you look at Louisiana, Texas in the 20s, Arkansas, Alabama, Georgia in the 50s. It's just insane. But we're going to go to Arkansas for this reason. So, as you can see right here on the radar, this is the second band. This is the second wave of snow that's coming this way. And I know some of you are thinking, well, we just only had like 1 to 3 inches of snow. I get that. But this right here, this is coming our way. This is all moving to the northeast. And I'll set this in motion for you. So we're not out of the woods yet. And you can see it's moving this way. Now, I know it's green, but that's the snow. It's moving northeast. It's moving this way. So we expect it to arrive during the 9 o'clock hour is when it's going to show up. So even though we've only had, again, depending on our location, 1 to 3 inches of snow, we're still going to get this second wave coming in. So we're not out of the woods yet here, folks, because while we're sleeping over the course of the night, we may be up all night. I don't know. Maybe have like a Snowmageddon all-night party. I don't know. But what we're going to be seeing here is we're going to be seeing a second wave of snow coming in, and it's going to dump several inches. Live chat open, by the way. Also, I know we got some people who are doing services. I talked about IDOT. I talked about the road crews. I know we've even got some construction companies that are actually going to be blading driveways, plowing the roads. Much salute to you guys. Stay safe out there and stay warm. And we thank you for what you do for us. I saw a list earlier, and I know there were several listed locally in our area. But also, I saw this post, and I thought it was interesting. And I want to go ahead and transition back to myself for a moment. One of the things I saw was I talked about earlier how there were some businesses that may have been closed for today. You had local businesses that usually they stay open till about this time, but they had to close early. I know that this weather is certainly affecting them right now. But whenever road conditions improve, whenever like the sidewalks, the boardwalks, the roads improve, and we're able to get out and about, I encourage you guys to shop local and support them, because I tell you what, they could use all the support um, that they can get. So I encourage you guys to do that. Again, whenever conditions improve, whenever the roads are good, the sidewalks and everything, they use all the support that we can get. So, guys, that is the second wave of snow coming in. The pink, by the way, I know you guys are kind of wondering. You may see this pink over here. You see it over here. That's like the wintry precip. That's actually the line. So let me stop this here for a moment. That is what they call the winter mixed precipitation. And so this is where it talks about the freezing rain and sleet. And that's a cool thing too, is we could pop this up here on the screen and explaining what that is. So but I just want to show you guys that in case you're wondering what that pink line was. You may have seen it before in the past, that pink purple line, but that's what that is. By the way, guys, look at this. It's 12 degrees here in Fairfield. It's 3 degrees in Rolla. Sedalia, Missouri, it's only 2. So we're also seeing right here, we're kind of seeing these single digit temperatures over here while we're in the teens, pretty much over here. So yeah, it's coming for sure. All right. See if there's any more comments here on the live chat. I've been on here for quite a bit. But sorry if I missed a comment here. But again, guys, I do encourage you, check out local media, National Weather Service in Paducah. Those guys have been doing a great job keeping you up to date. There's always the road conditions as well as IDOT. But again, as I said this earlier, and I know that Paducah sent this out too, and I echo them wholeheartedly with this. And then, as again, person should consider delaying all travel until conditions improve. But if, a lot of ifs in there, if you must travel, again, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of emergency. Keep some blankets as well, portable cell phone chargers. I've got at least a few that I took with me, for example, to Colorado and Utah back last year on vacation. It really came through for me when I was out there. I know it's a different time frame, and obviously it was warmer back then. But again, something that has helped me out. Again, latest road conditions can be obtained. You can go to IDOT, your respective state, for the current road conditions, weather.gov/PAH/roads. That is actually, and let me pop that up here real quick since I'm talking about right now, but that is what I'm talking about right there. So you guys can check it out right there. So guys, again, I know it's ready to wrap up here, and then I had a question and I went off the rails a little bit, but that's fine. I've been on here for a long time. I need to get some water because I'm starting to get a little parched, but have a wonderful, safe, and warm rest of your night. Stay safe. Take care. Again, listen to the local officials. Keep an eye on updates, social media. Stay warm again. Take care of yourselves. And we'll talk about this again. I think this is definitely something that, this is one of those winter storms that I think you could see why Paducah was using a strong language, and National Weather Service was, at getting the word out. And I know that we've only had like 1 to 3 inches of snowfall, but we get the second wave coming in. So I'd like to do a recap of this as well, kind of like based on what we saw. whenever we get the data that comes in. So I think it'd be worthy of going back and doing a recap of it. So again, guys, stay safe. Have the rest of your night. Take care. I'll see you guys some point down the road in the future.